5 short years. In 2006, we gathered 1,000 people on Watson Common for an increase in Chapter 70 funding. Last year, we doubled it. We had 2,000 people rallying for relief and reform. This year, we're inside the building, and we have meetings with 85 different legislators. Now, I want to talk briefly about what brings so many people from so many different communities here today. It really is the difficult and harsh reality that there are urgent, unmet needs that exist in our public schools today. We constantly hear from our membership all across the state. Class sizes are too high, the achievement gap is growing, teachers are not getting the support they need, school buildings are crumbling, and too many children are entering kindergarten unprepared. Since the need was so clear, Stanford Children set about the process of finding strategic solutions. Starting last fall, we undertook the process to determine what our public schools need and what is possible to achieve within the current political and fiscal climate.
Same time, we're working in the sphere of the budget and budget proposals and working closely with the legislature on these. We are working on the readiness project. Governor Patrick has charged us with focusing on long-term reforms, on really putting together a strategic plan for the next generation of education reform. Several months ago, the governor created the Readiness Project, which is a statewide initiative involving over 200 educators, business leaders, and community leaders, including a number of people in this room, who will lead the development of a 10-year strategic plan for the future of education in the Commonwealth. The goal of this project is to create a comprehensive, child-centered public education system that begins before kindergarten, continues through grade 12 and higher education, and extends through workforce development and lifelong learning to ensure that each individual has the opportunity to achieve his or her full potential.
And I think Worcester is a great example of an urban school district that has done so many good things. It's been able to put together a program that tries to meet the educational needs of all the children in Worcester Public Schools. A system that has 24,000 students who come from varying backgrounds, varying parts of the world, varying needs, and works very hard to try to meet their individual educational needs. However, the reason I filed the bill that called for an advocacy study, and the reason why in last year's Senate Budget Committee, Tony and I put in an outside section to involve for an advocacy study, is because the system, in terms of how we decide how much of that Chapter 70 money goes back to cities and towns, needs to be updated.
I came to this Day on the Hill today because I believe that the system of funding public education in Massachusetts is broken. And it saddens me that every town, like Ashland, is struggling to make ends meet, struggling to give children the education that they deserve, and that we need for us to be competitive. We're going to hurt if our children aren't properly educated, and the system's broken. And we see in Ashland how hard everybody has to work to try to work within that broken system. So while everyone knows that I'm an advocate for the override passing, that is a short-term solution for the children next year. It is not by any means the long-term solution, and I couldn't ask people to vote for the override and not come out here and do my part to try to get the word out that we have to fix the system so we don't have to keep being in that situation year after year after year.